I want to say something real quick because I'm so tired of the racist stuff. I was praying and talking to God. I just registered my church, but I told God, I said, Lord, he said, don't get my pearls to the swine. That's what he just told me. I can't do industry stuff no more. Y'all, I got set up. And I thought that, like, y'all know I'm from Southside. I'm from Chicago. I got set up. I got set up with some gang. Like, I got set up. And in Chicago, you don't do stuff like that. You don't set up somebody that you love. You don't set people up like that. And I've been really talking to God, and I said, God, I can't take this no more. Sometimes I feel like I'm safer in Chicago. I won't say safer. I'll say I'd rather be home. I want to go home. I've been really talking to God, and people may be like, why you not releasing music? You don't understand. I got set up over music. I got set up. And I'm from Chicago, so a lot of stuff that how people move in the industry, how people be moving, I don't get down like that. Like, I'm from Southside, I'm from 66. And I've been dealing with like an anger at God. And I'm talking about, y'all, like, I got people see me online. Y'all, I got white men trying to run my car over, y'all. Just now, my car, because I work behind closed doors. I got a nice car. A hillbilly was driving an 18-wheeler and tried to run my car over while we at a stoplight while my baby is in the back seat because he see that I'm black with a car. I just had a police officer ask me try to see if my car was stolen. I want to go home. God told me he gonna move my enemies out my home. But I've been thinking about, like, a lot of artists from Chicago. I don't say nothing, and I seen some of them in passing growing up. I just didn't say nothing. But it's like I was talking to God, and basically what I was saying to God, they were saying in their songs. They don't want this no more. Since when do you set people up? When you backdoor somebody that you love? They want to go back to the real streets, not the old streets. And hold on, baby, hold on. Let mommy finish this. And even thinking about, like, I just was talking to God about, like, being from Chicago and how different it is. Like, stop, who? Like, you seen, like, that rapper, King Von, how he had gotten murdered in Atlanta. And I was talking to God about that. I was talking to God. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Hear what I have to say. Sometimes I feel like, hear what I have to say. Because I'm a gospel artist. Sometimes I feel like there be setups to kill artists from Chicago. I'm not lying. When I was in jail, I'm going to tell you something. I got arrested in North Carolina. Y'all, R.Kelly was in the same jail system as me in North Carolina. Me and R.Kelly were in the same jail system at the same time in North Carolina. He was 2 hours away from me. We were both in the Eastern Carolina jail system at the same time. At the same time, me and R.Kelly, the king of R&B, were both in jail in the same jail system at the same time. We're both from the Chicago area. King Von got shot in Atlanta. I can't say where I am online, but what I am going to say is that where I am, I be feeling like I talk to God. Like, I'm going to be real with y'all. People know that I'm from Chicago. I feel like I got to watch my back. I feel like I got to watch my back. I feel like I got to watch my back. I was telling God when I got set up, I wanted to know who was talking to the police, because the police was working with the FBI when they set me up. I wanted to know who was talking to the police. I told Rakeem I've never ran from the police a day in my life. I just wanted to see who was talking to the police. I told Rakeem, because I wanted to test it to see who it was, right? Because I told Rakeem something, and I told old girl who I knew from when I was younger. I told her something, then I told somebody else something, because I knew that something wasn't right. So I tell Rakeem, I say, if the police come, I'ma run out the back. When the police came in 2023, the first thing the police officer said to me was, "Don't run. We know you gonna run." The police that was working with the FBI went to my husband to set me up. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. And hear what I say. In my song, there was a white group that remade my song. YouTube deleted my views and promoted their song. And it has my song title. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Companies have started telling me that because I was from Chicago, I was a threat. Police officers have tried to hit my car because I'm from Chicago. To the point that I don't even go to church. I just registered my church. I don't even go to church no more because people feel like they're not safe around me because I'm from Chicago. And I've been talking to God. I said, God, I can't take no more. Lord, I can't take no more. I'ma just go home. I'ma just go home. It's a lot of stuff, and you know, it's bad because, like, when you come into influence, right? When you come into influence, coming out of Chicago, you think you're gonna leave Chicago to get a better life because there's so much gang violence. But then when you leave out of Chicago and you get into the industry, it's like the setups, yo. And this is what I'm saying. This is why I brought up R. Kelly, because the same allegations that they had made on R. Kelly, they tried to make on me. That's impossible. That's how I knew that R. Kelly was innocent. R. Kelly went to North Carolina in April 2023. I got arrested June 2023. The same allegations. His was at a higher caliber because he's the king of R&B. They tried to put on me. I just been feeling like, just being an artist from Chicago, I've been feeling like I gotta watch my back, like it ain't safe if I'm not home. I don't feel safe because I'm not home. And I didn't want to raise my daughter in the streets of Chicago because I grew up, you know, surviving drive-by shootings. I grew up with that stuff. You know, the Latin Kings used to come and shoot the block up. I ain't want my baby to go through that. Y'all like, watch, I can't say that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm laying low because I got really set up. I got set up because I was in the studio. They heard my music and they set me up with a police department working with the FBI because of my songs. I want to go home. I want to go home. I don't want, like, I want to go home. I want to go home. Sometimes I feel like the government be targeting artists from Chicago with allegations. And I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about, like, saying you raped somebody and all types. I can't even say everything they tried to frame me on, yo. But what I'm going to tell you is that I seen it with my own eyes, y'all. They set R. Kelly up. They set R. Kelly up because they tried to come at me. Y'all, I'm going to be real with y'all. It was a white woman. I'm so angry about it. Like, I've been about to walk away from God. There was a white woman who saw me and she was lusting after me. She was flirting with me while I hold my baby. I didn't, you know, I ignored her. Y'all, she called the police on me and said I was trying to assault her. Said I was trying to assault her. Then on top of that, they put me in jail with registered sex offenders, rapers, and pedophiles. I guess they was leading to the fact trying to say I was trying to sexually assault a white woman. And this hoe saw me on... Yo, she saw my pictures online, yo. I want to go home. I never in my life, being from Chicago, I never in my life thought that I would ever have to live with a white woman trying to lie and say I sexually assaulted her. And then the craziest thing, this is industry stuff. The craziest thing, when they tried to imply that allegation that I was trying to sexually harass a white woman, I'm in the same court system in Eastern Carolina as R.Kelly. We're both singers and artists. We both have influence. He's the king of R&B. I'm not on his level, but we're both in the same area, and we're both from Chicago. Yo, I want to go home. I never thought in my life that as a young girl growing up in Chicago that I would ever have to deal with a white woman that saw me online and try to lie and say I sexually assaulted her. I never thought that would happen. I would just say, like, if you're an artist, no matter what genre you come from and you come out of Chicago, if you're going into the industry, you'll watch your back. Because they set up artists. I don't know. And I think it's because they're afraid of artists from Chicago. Because of our lifestyle, they're scared of how we will retaliate against. They're afraid of us. But I'm going to tell you right now, yo, the stuff that they do in the industry. I'm a gospel singer. The stuff that they do in the industry, I want to go home. I want to go back home.